Dear student, I hope you are doing good. So this is the video of the O-level paper year 2014. Okay, so this is the combined chemistry has been asked in the O-level. Student, I have already discussed in the previous video that why it is important to revise the O-level paper. You know, if you revise the O-level paper, at least 10-year paper, definitely 12 to 21. Okay, if you revise, you will notice that most of the question are repetitive. You know, even the same data, same everything is the same. Okay, and pattern will be definitely same. So if you just revise them, okay, you are going to score definitely more than 80%. So here I am helping you with MCQ. If you tell me to solve for section A also, I'll make the video for that also. So if you didn't subscribe my channel, please subscribe it, share it with your friends if you think it's worth it, and put the notification on so that whenever I make a video you will get notification of that. So without wasting of time, let's start. So diagram, how to solve this paper first of all. Okay, when you see this question, take a pause, solve, write on your notebook what option you think, and then you see what is the answer. Okay, so question number 1 is saying you that diagrams of the two method of collecting gas. This, as you can see here, it is water, so it is water displacement method, and then here what is gas is collecting here. So if you remember the collecting of gas, there are three different ways: water displacement method, downward delivery method, and upward delivery method. Remember, which I have already talked to you in the previous video, but if someone is new, for them that the method, they are the three method: water displacement method, okay, which is used for the gas which are not soluble in water, obviously, right? If it is soluble in the water, then what happen? It will give you some incorrect gas, right? And or maybe you'll not get gas at all because they already dissolve in water. Downward delivery means, as the name suggests, the downward delivery means delivery of gas happen downward. Here it is upward delivery method. As you can see here, what happened, gas is going up. It means this gas has less density than the density of air, correct? If I'm talking about density, that's why it has went up, so it is used upward delivery method. So now let's see the option what you have. So as I told you, water displacement method, which is the insoluble, so this is option B, less dense than the air, which is called upward delivery method. Now let's see question number 2. The diagram show the electronic structure of 4 element 1 2 3 4, element 1 2 3. Which element are metals? Remember the metals, the outer electrons they have 1 electron or 2 electron or 3 electron. Okay, maximum. Why? Because metal always form the cation. It means what? Positive ions. So maximum you can give the electron either 1, 2 or 3. Now let's see the option you have. Element 2, yes, because it has 1 electron. Element 3, if you look, there are 5, so no. Element 4, you have 1 2, only 2, so yes, this is correct. So option number 2, 4, so option number, I think this is only correct option. Now you will ask me, what is this? You know, this is the element hydrogen, right, which has just 1 electron, and this is not a metal. Okay, now let's see question number 3. So 3 is the particle in the substance that is widely spaced and able to move. Okay, so this is the chapter from the state of matter, kinetic theory of matter. Okay, so where you have learned how the particles are in the solid, you know, they are tightly packed, orderly arranged. Then in the liquid, what happen if you heat it will little apart, disorder, and in the gas they are randomly arranged. So widely spaced means what I'm talking, it is a gas. Clear? Able to move freely. Jet changes to a state in which particles are in contact but still able to move freely. It means what you're talking, it means it is the liquid. So gas to liquid is which state? Evaporation. Evaporation, what happened? You convert liquid to gas. Freezing, no. Okay, so only condensation is possible, where what happened, if you put the hot water and allow the cooler temperature, it will convert into the liquid form. So this is not, because this is liquid to gas. Freezing, what happened? Liquid convert into solid. Melting, what happens? Solid convert into liquid. So these options all are not correct. Now question number 4. Nuclear number and proton number of atom of X and Y of are shown here. So X is this, Y is this. Okay, now remember the proton number is is equal to number of electron. Okay, so if you look this is x minus, and this is okay, this is x, sorry, I have put this thing, let me erase this part. This is not x minus, this is just x. So this is x and this is y. So what is the option they are telling you? X has fewer electron, x has fewer electron, yes. X has how many electron? Let's count it out. X has 19 electrons, so no. Y has fewer electron, not correct. Now X atom has fewer neutron than the Y. Let's see that. So proton, what is nuclear number? Proton plus neutron. So if this is the 19, this will be how much neutron? It will be 39 minus 20, and this will be 14 minus 8. If you will take, it will become 32, right? No, how it is also 32, is 22. So it's a 20 and 22. So let's see the option number B as a fewer neutrons. Yes, because this has only 20 and this has 22. So this is correct. X is above Y in the same group. No, not correct. X in the same period in the periodic table as Y, same period as the Y. So period number is determined by the number of cells. Okay, if you think this is how much, it will be 2, 8, 8, and this is 2, 8, 8 and 1. So this is in fourth period, this is in third period. So no, this is not correct. So this is how you can check your other answer as well. Okay, even though you know that you are B is definitely, but you can check other option as well to make sure that yes, you are right. And this is how you can revise your chapter as well for the periodic table. That number of electron cells, yes, it will tell you about period number, and number of valence electron will tell you about the group number. Clear? Now next year, question number 5. Electronic structure of two atoms X and Y are shown here. So this is your X and this is your Y. So what they want, X, Y combined together to form a compound. Okay, first you tell me whether it is X is a metal or non-metal. So you have 2, 4 and 6. So it should be a non-metal. Now Y is a only one electron, that is only metal. Okay, just now I told you metal have either 1, 2 or 3 electron because it always form the cation. So if you see the option, it is just giving you 1 electron. Okay, and here this is taking the 2 electron, correct? So it means you required 2Y because you require 2 and 1X. So which is option now you have? It's ironing, and it will be your Y2X. Okay, tell me why I am writing Y2X. Why not it is XY2? Yes, because whenever you write any compound, first you write always a metal, means which is giving the electron, and then you write which is taking the electron. Okay, because you can think in like different way, that who is giving is, that should be give preference, right? Like that also. Now question number 7. Ethane and ammonia are covalent compound. Okay, as you can see here, they are sharing the electron. Okay, which statement are correct? A molecule of ethane contains twice as many hydrogen water as an ammonia molecule. Let's count it down. So here if you count it down, here you have a 3 hydrogen, right? And here it's a 3, so 6. That's correct. And uncombined nitrogen has a 5 outer electron. Okay, how it is possible? So let's count it down. So if you have uncombined nitrogen atom, it will have 5 outer electron. What is this? Ammonia, sorry, nitrogen, it has 7 electrons, so it's a 2 and 5. So that is also correct then. Now in a molecule of ethane, the bond between the carbon atom is formed by sharing the 2 electron, 1 atom for each carbon atom, sharing the 2 electron, 1 from each carbon atom. That also seems correct. Okay, because if you think the ethane, this is the one sharing here, right? Bond is between this sharing by the 2 electron, and 1 from each carbon atom. So this is option is also correct. So option number D is correct then. So this is the correct option. You have option number D. Now let's see question number 7. X and Cl, this is the balance equation. Okay, this is asking correctly balance it. So count the left hand side and right hand side. So here you have 1 sodium, 1 chlorine. This is here you have 2, right? So if you put 2 here, it will become 2 here. So and then chlorine just put 1 here. So it means Okay, just put it here. X will be your 2, Y will be your 1. No, so option number D is the correct option. Now question number 20. This is the question asked have multiple time in your level question. I think you'll find alternate year paper. Okay, so that's why I said this is the advantage. If you want to see some of the question, I've already analyzed in my other YouTube video, so please see that. Okay, so question number 8. 20 centimeter cube of ethene are reacted with this much oxygen. This question is from chemical calculation, where you talk about how the molar ratio is related. So if you look this part, okay, 1 mole give you 3 mole of oxygen, sorry, combined with 3 mole of oxygen, and it will give you 2 mole of CO2 and water. Water is a liquid, so will not come in this picture in calculating the total volume of the gas remaining at the end of reaction. So they are asking at the end of reaction, if the reaction is end, how much it is remaining. So it will be count the product, plus if some reactant is extra, that also you're going to count it down. So if you have 20 mole of ethene, it means 60 centimeter cube of the oxygen will combine, right? Because the ratio is 1:3, so 20 will give you 60 centimeter cube of oxygen. However, how many you have supplied? 70. So 70 minus 6 means 10 centimeter cube will be your oxygen. Now how many CO2 will produce? 20 multiplied by 2, it means 40 centimeter cube. So if you think this is your total will be formed in the reactant, so option number B is the correct option. Now question number 9. The aqueous sodium hydroxide in dilute hydrochloric acid are reacted together. The reaction is exothermic. Both the sodium hydroxide and the hydrochloric oxide are initially at room temperature. Okay, so you know this is sodium hydroxide NaOH reacting with HCl. This is base alkali and this is your acid, means this is what happening, neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction is a exothermic reaction. It means what? Energy will given out, energy will temperature will increase. So this is already gone, this is already gone. Now either it will be A or it will be your C. Now look here, if something temperature has increased, it will be never like constant. Okay, like this graph. When they have make a salt and water, that reaction is stopped, and then what happens is it will come back to the normal temperature according to the surrounding, which is the only option C is the correct option you have. Okay, now let's see question number 10. Okay, so calcium carbonate, tell me what is the formula of calcium carbonate? It's a CaCO3. What is another name of this? This is also called limestone. That remind me to ask you, okay, that when you say lime, don't think it's citric juice, you know, or the sour in the taste. Lime is basically a compound related with the calcium. For example, limestone. If I say limestone, what you will say? Calcium carbonate. Quicklime. Quicklime is what? Quicklime is your calcium oxide. Lime water. What is lime water you have? Lime water is a calcium hydroxide. So these are the things you can write in your notebook, because this will come frequently, you know, when you test the soil, you have to add a quicklime, lime. So this is the question from the calcium carbonate. So here what you're doing, in a flask you're putting in a balance, okay, and you basically, this is the question from rate of reaction. You're adding hydrochloric acid, so obviously carbon dioxide gas will released, and total mass of flask will decrease because gas will go out. Okay, so what is this question? Total mass of flask contains, and then this is the time, means the total mass of flask will obviously decrease because they have reacted and the CO2 has been produced, which will go out. Which of the following times reaction is fastest? Okay, look at the graph. Okay, when you see this graph, as you can see here, right, the mass of flask is decreasing because gas is released. So this is the fastest if you think here according to this all the time, because after that it decreased, gradient is decreased. So option number A is the only correct option you have. Now 11 question, reaction underlying substance is reduced. Okay, what is reduction? Reduction is loss of oxygen, gain of hydrogen. Then decrease in oxidation state, and also gain of electron. These three things you have to remember whenever you talk about reduction. Now figure out in this all the part which is reduction happening. So here carbon was initially 0, because you know in all elemental state, if it is just a elemental form, it will say 0. Carbon has become CO, right, which is become +2, so it is oxidized, not reduced, so it's gone. Now look at here, Cl2 was 0. Now in here what happened, it become -1, so oxidation state is decreased, so this is the correct. Now similarly check C and D. Magnesium was 0 and then become MgO plus, it is oxidized. Zn was 0, become plus, oxidized, so option number C, B is only correct option. Now 12, oxide of element M was added separately to hydrochloric acid, means you are using MO plus HCl, okay, MO plus NaOH. Then the word equation this, it means it is reacting with hydrochloric acid and giving you salt and water. However with alkali it is not reacting. It means what, M oxide is a basic oxide, that's why it is not reacting with base. So this is option correct, you have only B, and basic oxide is formed by the metal. Now next question number, okay, this remind me to ask you, okay, oxide are of different types: acidic oxide, basic oxide, amphoteric oxide, and neutral oxide. In the comment box please write it down, some of the example of this. When you write you will remember for longer time, so please write it down. Question number 13, what does not increase across a period of the periodic table? So when you in the periodic table, what is not increasing? Number of electron cells. Yes, because number of electron cells, if it is 3, it should be 3 in all of them, so same period number. So this is not increased. Now here number of outer cell electron, that does not matter, it can increase. Number of proton, that it can increase. Yes, so only option number A is the correct option. Question number 14, which row shows the properties of element bromine? Where is the bromine located? Revise the periodic table, group number 7, halogen group. So first fluorine, chlorine and bromine. As you go down, reactivity will decrease, color will become darker. The state of matter will change from solid, liquid, gas, liquid, and become solid. So now let's see the, I already given you the hint that at a state of room it will become which state, it will be liquid. So either option number C and D. Now the color is the reddish brown, so this is correct. Now when you put the sodium iodide, means what, when you're putting bromine plus potassium iodide, what will happen, bromine is below the, bromine is top and then you have iodine, so it can displace the salt. So when it displaces the salt, it will become what color, it will become your dark brown color because of the iodine, and it will become KBr. So option number C is the only correct option you have. Okay, what is this? This is called reactivity. You know, whatever the highly reactive element, they displace the lower element from the any kind of salt in the reaction. So it's a kind of similar question. Okay, if you look the metal WF, this is asked in almost all level paper, so very important question, and I'll give you certain clue how you can deal with this. Okay, you should look all the option, okay, and make sure to pull one thing which is not reacting, you know, giving you no reaction, it means that is the least reactive, and then you focus on what they are asking you, how to arrange. Sometimes they will ask you from least reactive to most reactive, sometimes most reactive to least reactive, so that you focus on it. Now in this question they are saying that arrange from most reactive to least reactive. So let's see how to figure out least reactive. If you look this all option, no reaction, here only 2, here no reaction, all of them are no reaction, it means X is a least reactive. So now either B or C, one is done. Now you have to figure out which, so everything, you know, there's a reaction and displaced. So now let's see, W is displaced, so the 3 means Z is the, okay, so it means your only C is the correct option you have now. Okay, now even I want to check W and Y. So if you think W will be here, Y will be here, so W will displace this from the any kind of salt, so which is satisfying the option C, because when you put the W, okay, it is displacing the Y, so this is the correct option you have. Now question number 16, which oxide is reduced to its metal by heating the steam of hydrogen gas? So you have hydrogen gas, you are putting one oxide here, and it is reduced. So now let's see. You have aluminum oxide. Aluminum oxide, what is the formula? Write it down, Al2O3. Why I'm writing, ask you, because it will help you to revise your which chapter, the formation of ionic compound. Then if you read calcium oxide, CuO, then this is your CuO, this is your MgO. Done. Now the question they're asking you, which is reduced. Reduce means what? Reduce means, just now I discussed in the previous part here, that what is the three definition? Reduce, loss of oxygen, right? So if you think here everything has oxygen, 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 so which can become like this metal and it will give you water. So if you think these are all highly reactive, so they cannot replace the hydrogen, sorry, A, B and D, because they are strong metal, they are very reactive. Only copper oxide is a below, okay. If you arrange the reactivity series, you have potassium, sodium, then calcium, magnesium, aluminium, then you have a zinc, iron, right, and the copper is below. So that no hydrogen can displace the copper, so option number C is the correct option. Now let's see question number 17. This is a repetitive question, has been asked multiple times. Very very important question. If you look O level, no, 18 years, 16 years, most of the years. So let's see, this is chapter from air and atmosphere chapter. The heated air reacts with oxygen to produce copper oxide. The percentage of oxygen in air can be found by passing the air. So you want to know how much percentage of oxygen in the air, okay. So you're providing air here and you are pushing with the syringe and it is going here copper, it is reacting copper and forming the copper oxide. Whatever oxygen will be there, it will form copper oxide, and remaining gas will enter here. As you can see, the volume is decreased here, right, part B. Why? Because oxygen is reacted already with the copper. So you imagine that if it is 100% oxygen air you have, it means 21.8% will be your 21.8, or you can say roughly 21% oxygen you have. So if you have 50, right, it will be around 10% will be your oxygen, correct? If you take 21.8% of this, sorry, 21.8% this, so 10 centimeter cube will be oxygen. It means remaining will be come here, right, means 40 centimeter. So which graph show how how the volume of air changes? Okay, so it means initially it was 50 and then it is decreasing and then you got 40 here, so this is already gone. Now this is increasing. Why it will increase? No, this is increasing again, this is not. So option number D is only correct, because if you see the 50 then and then become constant till 40, because 40 is the only after remaining oxygen it is present. Question number D, petroleum is fractionally distilled. What is fractional distillation? Fractional distillation is a method which can separate the different fraction of petroleum or anything based on the different boiling point. So you get different fraction, the use. Please make a list of the use. This is frequently asked every O-level paper. Very important. Particularly the bitumen which we use for road cycle, roads here, because it's a bottom part, it has a high number of carbon. So now let's see the option what they have asked you. Which raw material fraction is of its use? Okay, so this is not correct. Now lubricating oil, making waxes and polishes. Lubricating oil, yes, it is correct, because that we use for the lubricating. Paraffin for smoking, no, this is for bitumen. Okay, aircraft fuels, yes, so this was the correct option you have. Petrol, it's a fuel in the car, so I think here itself you can match it. Okay, now let's see question number 19. The two gases X, Y have following properties. X dissolve in aqueous sodium hydroxide but Y insoluble. X burns in excess oxygen to give X and water only. Y does not decolorize aqueous bromine. It means Y is definitely not alkene. Now let's see the option what you have. So option you have definitely not ethene, so it's already gone. It will be either B or D. Now in this, what other hint you have? Carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide. Okay, so when you burn in excess, it will give you carbon dioxide and ethane. So what are X and Y? So I think then it's D only. Okay, okay. So and CO2 is a what oxide? Acetic oxide. So acetic oxide means what? When it can dissolve with the sodium hydroxide. So only it is possible when you have carbon dioxide here, and this is the only option you are matching. So option number D is the correct. Now this is the last question 20. Which compound form ethanoic acid when it is oxidized? What is the formula of ethanoic acid? It's from the ethanol. Eth means carbon number 2. So CH3 COOH. If you want to write, this is the CH3 ethanoic acid. It will produce by the ethanol, because ethanol is what? C2H5OH. When you oxidize, you will get this ethanol. So option number C is correct. Let me know in comment box how much you received in the 20. Okay, all the best. If you like this, you can subscribe my channel, share with your friends, and let me know what other things to improve. And if you tell me, I'll make another video for you, section A also. Thank you.